Hello Minecraft Maniacs, and welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally going to do the landscaping of the modern house, which a few people had asked about. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to do this. I love landscaping. It's one of my favorite things to do. But first of all, we gotta kind of terraform a little bit, because one of the biggest things for me in Minecraft, I always click. I don't need to click. I know. Get out of here, sheep. Get. One of the biggest things for me in Minecraft in terms of like how to make a build look awful is to leave a whole bunch of exposed dirt grass blocks. Can't stand it. So we have to get rid of some of these first. In the distance there, this is my replay mod world, so in the distance you can see some of my other builds. I like the idea of just being able to pop into this world and go see all the different things that I've built in creative, so I just kind of leave them all in here. I don't know, I like it. And then maybe I'll eventually just make it into one big creative city or something, you know? Why not? Alright, so might as well just get rid of these leaves too. So we've got our lovely deck here. There we go. And I like how this is a seaside, because the last time I made this particular house, it was not seaside. And so I think we can really use, let's maybe just work a bit more of this grass in here. Oops, grass in here. Yeah, I think we can definitely use the terrain too, and that's one of the things that I really like to do in Minecraft, is use the terrain to help me detail it, to get what I really want out of it. Whoops. So we still have a lot of this exposed stuff. It is kind of behind us. We'll just maybe chip away a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day for the terraforming. Because we're not going to be doing like heavy terraforming. That's not really what I want to do here. We want to do mild terraforming of just the ground, the levels of the ground, and then really focus on making it pretty, making a garden, maybe make some garden furniture. How about that? So I don't really have like much of a plan other than, you know, we could really use some trees around here, and I'll show you how I make my basic trees that I use a lot, like in my kind of cities and stuff. Let's get some sand and fill that in. I think we could really play up the sand aspect here too. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And then you uncover that. It's always going to happen, even in creative, when you're not in a super flat world. So most of the time I use super flat worlds in creative for just, you know, coming up with a build. But in this case, of course, I kind of wanted to do a video. Oh my goodness, this sheep won't get out of the way. Don't know what he wants with me. There we go. But yeah, in this case, I wanted to use something in an actual generated world, like that you would see for a survival world. And I mean, I just think that terrain makes the video more interesting overall. Let's just cover that in. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is look at this deck. I think we've got, yes, we've got slabs. So if we want to put, maybe we'll get rid of a layer here. I was using smooth quartz. If we want to put stuff on top of this deck, it's going to have to be an exposed top level block. So if we have any half slabs, we can't put anything on top of it. And I, of course, wasn't thinking of that when I was designing this. So let's just fix that up. Not a big deal. Easy fix. And then we can put some actual furniture out here. And I think we want like a hibachi grill. That would be nice. Whoopsie. A nice hibachi grill, and I mean, we could maybe just do that. That's not so bad. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't like that. And it's really just, maybe it's a kind of a fun ledge, just so that you can kind of look in here a little better. We'll see. So let's take blue fire again, since we're really using a lot of that. Whoops, it's not called blue fire. Oh my goodness, we're just gonna say fire, soul fire, and we're gonna use a wood. And I think birch wood is probably the best bet for the furniture out here. Let's just get rid of that. It's a bit modern looking. Let's give it a shot. We'll just grab a few of those things. So if we want a little hibachi, I think we would put it maybe right here. No, let's put it right here. I think that works. And let's yeah, maybe like a love seat here. So we could use signs or trapdoors, but I think signs for that look just fine. That's very simplistic, but I kind of like that sometimes. Let's go, and then maybe we could even for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the signs. Watch me burn on that fire. I'm really bad for that. So this is like a little hibachi. So what we're gonna want to do now is like take some iron. We don't want to walk into the fire like I tend to do, and see if this isn't too big. I think that's just fine. There we go. And then we could put something over the top. I'm thinking, we probably can't put the rails on, but we could take, oh, let's see. Maybe let's try this. I don't know if this works. This is kind of half the fun when you're not sure. Let's see here. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I had a thought. Yeah, we're not going to be able to put that. I would like to put like railings over the top to make it look like a grill, but maybe that's not gonna work. Yeah, and what I meant by rails is like the train, the minecart rails. But could I do this? And would this be silly? No, it won't. Okay, so I think we're just gonna leave it at that. Unfortunately, we can of course put like a quartz block or something on top, but then you've got this overhang and it just feels also oversized for such tiny little, you know, lawn furniture. So let's just leave it at that. I think of course we're gonna need some flower pots. The chain, yeah, I think I'll get rid of the chain. Let's do flowers. I love the lilies and I love the tulips. Those are always great. We're gonna need a little bit more light out here. I guess in that case we could use chains. Let's also grab some dark oak leaves and maybe a compost, because that has like a nice homey feel. It's a bit of a modern feel. I like it. And that feels, again, too much in line with that, so there we go. How about that? Not bad. And I don't know. Yeah, I think we can safely say that works. I think. We could just get rid of this ledge. It's not that big of a deal. We can get rid of it. I was just trying to see, like, did I like it? I don't know. Yeah, let's go for more birch. Let's see. You could also put one of these lawn chairs, birch slab. Because it is a deck. Maybe you could sun yourself out here, right? Why not? Why not? And then maybe another one right here. And I'm in the way, of course. Of course, I'm in the way. There we go. And yeah. Of course, we can also take maybe some scaffolding. This always looks like lawn furniture to me. And you can put this around, and of course we've got maybe back there. It's a little bit high, isn't it? Maybe back here, and we'll put a plant on it. Great thing about scaffolding. Why not? That works, that works. And then I would really like some higher plants, varying heights. So we can create some of our own plants, which is fun, but we can also kind of, we could bury something. Should we do that? Why not? We can also do this. This is something I do sometimes. All right. Oh wait, that actually, my bad, that actually isn't gonna work. Hold on, hold on. Because we've got these signs in the way. Yeah, we're getting too cluttered. We're not gonna be able to do it. So, okay, that's all right. We will just dot some of these guys around. Totally, totally fine. Let's get the jungle trees. I like the jungle tree more than the oak when it comes to, yeah, I like that one a lot more. When it comes to using these little guys, the little seedlings as plants, yeah, I definitely like the jungle tree a lot more. And I think that looks pretty decent. Now, here's where we could use the chain. If you don't like the chain, of course, we could also use the iron bar, but let's go with the chain and an iron bar for just to actually do the hanging bit. Okay, I'll show you here what I'm saying. That sounds a little confusing, doesn't it? So we could just go like that and put a chain off of there, and then you're gonna need to put a temporary block here. Whoops. Whoops, no. There we go, Amy. There you are. And then you've got some hanging plants. I quite like that. I think that works. And we could put a whole bunch of those. Up here, of course, we could use some plants. So let's take care of that. The window ledge. Again, we are using birch, so let's stick with birch. Where did I, oh, there's the sign. Thank goodness, creative. I go through so many different, basically losses of ingredients in Minecraft when I'm not playing in creative, because I'm always taking things apart and seeing what I can make with it. So that's the birch. Now, I think we could even do shutters. A good trapdoor for shutters is, of course, the spruce trapdoor, but I don't think... Is that gonna work for us here? I mean... Yeah, it's not bad, actually. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. And then, of course, you see the upside down staircase. People are always doing that. So if we take like the spruce stairs, you see this a lot. And that kind of a window, which doesn't really work for a modern home. I don't really know. I think the window box is fine, but I'm not sure if this necessarily works. But let's just leave it and see how we feel about it. For these ones, I do think they look appropriate without anything dressed onto them. But yeah, I think I like that so far. So if we go out here, what are we gonna do? Let's see. You might hear Teddy, by the way, guys. Lord Teddington is out here watching people on the street walk by. Sometimes he gets a little bit carried away. So if you hear him running about, I do apologize. We'll eventually have a much better microphone for doing these in the future. But right now, this is what we've got. So it's not a proper dynamic mic, and it does pick up a lot of things in the background, unfortunately. But we're working on the upgrade. So we can kind of like close some of that in. Don't have to. Let's focus a little bit on the lawn now. Let's take some coarse dirt. And I've got an itchy nose. And we'll just kind of like knock some of this out. Maybe actually we'll put some sand in there too. You could also use podzol. I mean, just mix, whoops. You could just mix it up to however you like. And, there we go. Kind of change it up a bit. Okay, so you could do a shrub, and this is going to change so much with the new things coming out for 116, which I'm just way excited for, or 117, sorry, I'm just way excited for, because oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing. Where are my red roses? There we go, thank you. One thing I like to do is kind of put them up and down like that. Always looks nice, but how about we do one like that, and then we'll put one in there like that. See how that creates a nice like level? I like that. Just, yeah. Very easy thing to do, but I really enjoy that. Yeah, so when we do get 117, we're going to get these beautiful leaf blocks that have flowers on them. So imagine all the bushes, the decorations we're going to be able to make. I'm so excited. So excited. And then we can put some of these guys in. Yeah. There we go. Up here, I always kind of feel like this area needs something. So we could put maybe another topiary like the one on the other side. I don't think you really necessarily need to make everything even, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it's good. You just want to fill this up just a little bit, just before it's about to make bone meal, and then you can, there, pop that right on top. We're going to use a dead bush, and you put the dead bush in there, and then we can put a leaf block on top. Yeah, I like that. Perfect, perfect. So far, so good. Of course, this is a perfect area for a tree. So let me just get rid of all of this stuff in my inventory again. What kind of tree are we gonna make? How about we just go with like a standard sort of oaky type tree? Why not? For wood, we will use, I like the spruce in combination with the oak. Let's do that. And I think we'll make it it's not gonna be like a super large tree. Look at all those turtles out there, guys. They're just hanging out. So I like to kind of just do a rough shape first to start, and then you can really kind of fill out the rest of the trunk. And if you are in creative, you might as well go ahead and use one of the four-cornered blocks. So let's use, is that the, nope, which ones? There's the spruce. Might as well. Then we can get rid of some of those ends. Those don't always look so good. And let's just Okay. And kind of want to bring it out. There we go. Adds a little bit of dimension. I like that. That looks pretty decent. Not bad. We go on the other side and we can kind of just pull it out a bit from each side. Just like that. And you could even put roots in the ground, of course. And once you get the leaves on, then you can actually put mushrooms, because there's just enough coverage, just enough low-level light for you to put mushrooms on the logs, which I always like. All right. So usually when I'm doing this, I like to just kind of build up 3 or 4. This is just to kind of give me some kind of basis of what I'm doing, and then build out, you know, a few around, out from the center, and then I can kind of be like, all right, this is about how tall I want it and about how long and far out I want all the leaves and branches to stick out. And this is how I would do a basic small tree. And then you can kind of start filling it in however you like. And I think this is gonna be a pretty bushy tree, I think, for me. Bushy tree. We want to leave like a few spaces here and there. I don't want it to be like super even or anything. I think it's nice when you can kind of, yeah, leave some space in between some of the leaves. Oops, let's just like do a ziggy-zaggy. People always make fun of me for saying that, but that's what I, you know, when you go like this. Zigzag makes a great tree branch. I do it all the time. I use the zigzag pattern all the time in all kinds of things. People were making fun of me when I was making the Patreon palettes in my live stream, and I'm like, but it is a zigzag motion. That is what it is. So then I think it's always nice when you can like take some of these trailing down. You could also put, of course, vines on it, and you can kind of see how that's coming along. So let's just pull a little bit more out. And we'll, oops, maybe just add a bit more up here. My mouse is probably really clicky. Again, guys, all of the quality of my videos is gonna get a lot better once I get a better microphone, which hopefully will happen extremely soon. Okay, so then let's cover that in a bit, because you can kind of see where we were connecting things. And there we go. Not bad. And we could even, you know, extend another branch over here if we really wanted. Maybe right here on kind of like the angle. We could get rid of that and maybe just bring this one down a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little bit different. Let's just fill this bit out a little bit more. Whoops. I'm so used to playing survival all the time that sometimes I fail when I'm trying to create something creative. I fail to hit the right buttons all the time. There we go. We're kind of getting the feel of that. Add a few of those. Oh, let's get rid of that one. Yeah. Maybe this area, of course, has to extend out some. There we are. Don't want it to make too much of like a perfect. Don't want it to be too uniform. That's like the death of Minecraft, is when things look just too perfect, in my opinion. And I know how, like, it's just like when you're doing a picture, you're like, how do you know when it's done? Well, it just has to feel done, and that can be Many things can make something feel unfinished when you're creating art, and I think Minecraft is very similar that way. And when I used to draw and paint, I'd be like, it just doesn't feel done. There's something missing. I think everybody who's ever painted or drawn, everybody feels like that sometimes. And you just kind of have to keep going until you feel it. There we go. And one of the things I like to do at this point, there we go. That's so bad. That's not so bad. Is get some end rods, and maybe this is not very realistic. This is a little bit fantasy, but I really love putting these on the ends of my trees, especially in survival, so that I can deal with the mob factor. This will keep mobs from spawning under your trees. Pretty good, pretty well. Especially if you have a few that are like a little bit lower to the ground. And I feel like that always just really helps finish a tree, don't you think? So let's get some of my favorite mushabooms. The spiders always sound to me like snakes. Does anybody else feel like spiders sound like snakes in Minecraft? So we've got a little bit too much light there, but we could put one there. That's excellent. Can put a couple there. You could ideally put as many as you'd like on here. I always love mushrooms. I think they look great. I really like the mushrooms. So yeah, I think that feels pretty decent to me. You could also put, of course, vines. And if you really want to go a bit fantasy, the weeping vines look really good through the oak leaves. I really enjoy that. But I mean, oh, you're gonna have to put, a wart block first. And I do this in survival sometimes when I want to dress up a tree. Really does look interesting. But it doesn't work for here, because I'm trying to go a little bit less fantasy, a little bit more modern realistic. So I'm liking that so far. Of course, another thing we can do is grab some potsoil. We're going to grab, of course, some of my favorite coarse dirt and pop some of that in and really texture the ground. I enjoy doing a mossy look too under trees, and I think usually the birch leaves, and the spruce leaves look particularly good as a moss. Now we are going to get moss in the 117, so so that's gonna be really, really awesome. Very excited for that. I think we'll go with spruce. In this biome, the spruce pops a little bit more. And look, that just really adds a whole new layer of depth around that tree. I love it. I love it. I love it. And doesn't that just feel like a lot more finished now? I think so. It's those little last details that you can put in can really finish one of these trees for you. And of course, should we work on the beach? So another thing we can do, let me get rid of some of this stuff on my inventory. Let's take some mossy cobblestone, one of my favorite blocks in the game, which again, are gonna look amazing when we actually do get the real moss, the new moss blocks, and I think there's 4 of them. I'm gonna be doing a video shortly, which will actually give you some good ideas of how you can use those new blocks in the snapshot, which will be it for the 117. So yeah, I think it makes sense that we can kind of dot some of this around, because maybe there's natural occurring rocks on this beach, right? Why not? Whoops. And that's gonna help finish things off a bit. We'll also maybe throw in some bushes, that sort of thing. I usually try to just angle the bushes a little bit like that. Walk away, see what that looks like. We could take some bamboo and pop those around. Maybe put some string on them so they don't grow too much. We could take some bone meal and just kind of like get them exactly where we want them. I like that. Put a string on it, that'll prevent it from growing. And how about this one? You could even grow it a bit higher and chop it down to whatever level you like. I also really like these when they're not growing, so they look good in the ground in my opinion. We could also take some flower pots, and I like to use flower pots everywhere. Everywhere. And put little mushrooms in them. One of my favorite little things to do. They just finish things too, in my opinion. Let's see, maybe we'll put a flower pot right here with the mushroom. And I think this is where you could really start to bring in some lanterns. Let's see. Just like that. I mean, even that little bit really added something, in my opinion. And it definitely takes your attention away from all the busyness up here too. And you can just be like, oh, look at that. All right, so walkways. I think I talk about this a lot when I do walkways on my live stream. And you kind of want your eyes to be leading somewhere, right? When you do a walkway, you want the colors to lead your eyes in the direction that you need to go. So this is a good little walkway for just getting into the house. But what if we want something that leads us out over here down to the beach? And so you gotta pick something that's gonna match that. So let's go with the coarse dirt. We could go with the podzol, but I'm thinking coarse dirt, mossy cobblestone. Should we go regular cobblestone? Or even, we could use wood. I really do like using dark oak with those natural colors. So let's just maybe make a cute little path. And I don't want it to be really uniform. You want it to be kind of jagged and a little all over the place. Let's start with kinda, yeah. Just like that, I like that. And then we fill in a little more. And then we fill in a little more. And then how about some regular cobble? And we could even throw in some path blocks, which we need a shovel for, unfortunately. I wasn't carrying a shovel. Like that. Sometimes I rough out exactly what I want to do with a shovel before I actually, you know, plop it all in there. There we go. And then we could finish it with some path blocks right on the outside of it. Sometimes I just like to do all around with the coarse dirt, make a nice path, and then only put coarse dirt on the outside of it. So that it looks like it's kind of wearing away on the outside around the corners of the stone. So that's a good one too. But yeah, I think we could just do that. So then you've got a nice little path like that, kind of leading around. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with that in terms of landscaping. We could also, of course, grab some ferns. Ferns are great. I use those a lot. Let's just get rid of some of this. I've got too many things on my inventory again. We've got a large ferns, little ferns. We've also can just grab some grass. And you can kind of plop that around. There we go. Also right around here. Again, this is to like help lead your eye up to where you want to go. So you know that, whoop, this makes exactly the right sense. This is the right sense. Wait, it's dark in here. There we go. We need a light. Maybe I should use an end rod, but you can choose which one you like the best. Let's see. I think that's good. Of course, you know you can hide lighting too by putting it behind an oak leaf or any leaves for that matter. So if we really need some lighting in this path, we could also just use like green carpet. Put green carpet over like a lantern or anything, any of the light illuminating blocks, light emitting blocks. I'm sorry, I'm saying all the wrong words today. So yeah, I think I like that. Let's we just need some ferns around here, right? I love the ferns. Doesn't that just finish it? It's just adding the tiny few little things. And I think that's good. Wait, there's so much more we could add. We could have a swing set over here. Let's see, could we maybe pick some room to put a swing set over here maybe? Just eat away at some of this. Let's see, what kind of swing set? We're gonna use chains. We will use the spruce trapdoor. And then what do I want for, what we could use that. Let me see, what do I want for, I think, yeah. All right, let's try, oh, the fence, that would be useful. Let's mix some dark oak in with the spruce and see what we think of that. So let's see, let's see about this. Whoa. You want this to be fairly tall because you're gonna have right. Oh, whoa! No, Amy. You need the trapdoor to hang just about there. So let's go like that. 1, 2, 3. I like that. The chains there. This is a small swing. It's like, I feel like this is a small swing. Okay, whoops, that's the wrong way. I think I want to do, yeah, let's try the gate. Whoops. You have to crouch to place that one. And then there we go. Oh, need one more. Crouch and place the right way. There we go. Perfect. And then we can attach the chains. Whoops. I feel like I used chains last time. Oh, you know what? This is what I'm... There you go. Best thing about Minecraft is that you can just fix it. And we could just add like that. And like that. Yeah, I don't really like that. How about we take some dark oak slabs. And we'll just, I don't know, create something on the top here. Whoops. Oh, let me just pop back up there. This might, oh, look at the dolphins. This may look a little bit Asian-y for this build, but I'm going with it. You could do anything on the top there, and maybe, yeah, that's a little bit maybe more fitting for over there by the pagoda, but yeah, I think play with it. You can come up with all kinds of fun ideas for swing sets. I've seen so many different swing set designs, but even that's fun, and you can put a back onto here too if you want it to have a little back. Whoops, that's the wrong way. 1 second, I'm good. We'll get it. There we go. No! There we go. Oh my. There we go. If you need a back on it. Fabulous. But I think overall, guys, that's it. Like, that's some of my favorite little tips for making a yard look real. And of course, you could put fences up, you could put walls up, all that kind of stuff too. There's just so much you can do, but these are just like my basic little tips for, you know, completing a yard, making it look pretty. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this. If you want more kind of decorative yard type tutorials, or more of these kind of like let's build something type tutorials and less like structure to the video, let me know what you prefer in the comments below. And until next time, guys, keep mining, keep crafting, keep creating. Bye!